I'm so excited to see what 2022 is going to bring. I'm so ready for new beginnings in 2022. I can't wait to see what happens great to me in 2022. All of you motherfuckers that post that shit, if that is your mentality, if your mentality is, I can't wait to see what happens, you are going to get fucking shit as a result. Because life does not reward people who wait to see what happens. And the way it works, and no matter what you want to do when I say this, you can get mad about it, you can argue with it, you can fucking say it's not true, it doesn't matter. It's no different than gravity. If you go take a step off the building, you could say gravity's bullshit all you want, but you're gonna crack your motherfucking skull on the ground. And if you think that life doesn't work in a very simple equation, which is what you put in, you will get out. You are gonna fucking lose. And if you look at what most people who are producing the mediocre results are doing, they're doing this fucking shit where they think that all they gotta do is sit around and visualize and quote unquote manifest and shit happens. The results are never there. You know why the results are never there? Because you can think about it, you can wish for it, you can hope for it, you can fucking think all about it all as long as you want. But unless you get out every single motherfucking day and put in the work inch by motherfucking inch, you will never get there. And I want you to take the word hope and I want you to throw it on the motherfucking ground and I want you to replace it with the word I will fucking do, because that's the only chance you got. You guys could go out there and you could fucking buy every get rich program, you could buy every fitness program, you could buy every motherfucking personal health, higher self, manifestation course book that you want, all of them. You could buy all of them and you could read all of them and you could become this huge expert and know all the information. And most of you are still gonna be broke as fuck. And most of you still aren't gonna get what you want. And the reason you're not gonna get what you want is because you lack the fucking discipline to execute on the plan that produces that specific result. I'm not the smartest guy on the fucking earth, not even close. But I figured out one thing, that when you follow the plan as it's supposed to, and you work to build the skills that it takes to actually adhere to the plan, meaning your discipline, your fortitude, your ability to endure, your grit, your determination, your self-esteem, your self-worth, your confidence that you can achieve what it is you want to achieve, these are all fucking skill sets. When you learn to develop these skills, even if you don't have the talent, motherfucker, I don't have any talent. You guys all think I have talent because I've been doing shit for a long fucking time. I do not have any talent. I grew up just like you. But what I learned was when I developed these skills and when I invest in these skills and I continuously sharpen these skills, the ones I'm talking about, I can achieve great things. And if I can achieve great things, and I'm a regular dude who grew up on a fucking gravel road, who was a fat little kid that everybody made fun of, I'm pretty sure you can too. So let's stop with this, I hope it delivers this, and I wish it delivers this, because those, honestly, guys, are products of the last 20 years of the systematic removal of our competitive nature as humans and as a country for the sake of indoctrinating our entire mass into mediocrity. You don't like that shit? Develop your discipline. You don't like the way things are going in the world? Develop your ability to achieve. Stop telling yourself every fucking year, over and over and over again, this is gonna be the year. The reason it's never the year is because you don't ever focus on the right things to develop. You go at it like it's a game, like you're rolling the dice, like this might be the year that things happen. Nobody that achieves great things in this fucking life, in this world, in this universe, goes at it with that mentality. You may think they do, but they don't. So if you want 2022 to actually be different, to actually produce different results, you have to not only be willing to visualize and manifest and all these things that these motherfuckers talk about online all the time, and they forget the more important part, which is the fucking work. You have to be willing to grit it out. You have to be willing to push through discomfort. Nothing that you're about to try or do or achieve that is worthwhile is going to be comfortable for you during the process of creating it. So stop with this fucking hope shit and start replacing those with I will fucking do no matter what. Because when you develop I will fucking do no matter what mentality, this may not be the feel good, pat you on the ass, New Year's Day, welcome to a fresh start. Motherfucker, you've had enough fresh starts. You've had enough fresh starts. Rest ain't the problem either. Oh, I'm tired. Motherfucker, you've been resting your whole life. The problem is you lack grit, you lack mental toughness, you lack discipline, and you lack the ability to see things through, which is why you can't finish things. It's why you can't say no to going to happy hour with the fucking homies. It's why you can't pass a fucking donut without taking a bite of it. When you can't control the donut, what makes you think you're gonna feel happy in your life? Because you're gonna be completely out of control of everything. Because if you can't control the motherfucking donut, what can you control? So of course you feel lost. Of course you feel confused. Of course you feel frustrated. Because you haven't been developing any of the skills that are necessary for you to live a true life that you're proud of. So instead of doing the same old shit every fucking year that you've done for the last however many years, how about you understand that you have to purposefully train things like discipline and fortitude and grit. It's that time of year when everybody's talking about what they're gonna do next year and what they're gonna become and what they're going to achieve and how they're going to change and how they're going to do all these things that they have failed at doing many previous years before this year. And what makes you think that next year is gonna be any different? What makes you think that when January 1st rolls around, that all of a sudden you're gonna change everything about yourself and become this brand new version of yourself? Haven't you told yourself this before? Haven't you told yourself this over and over and over again? How many Mondays have you told yourself that you were going to start? How many years have you made the same resolutions that you failed to keep? How many times have you had the conversation where you say, for real this time I mean it. No, seriously, I mean it. We're doing it this time. How many times have you told yourself that? My guess is a lot. And when you go look at yourself in the mirror, or you look at your life, or you look at your bank account, or you look at everything in your life that you wish was different, and you ask yourself, why aren't things different? You have to understand that if you are to make a change in your life, you have to develop a very specific skill set. And that is the skill set of discipline, the ability to adhere to a plan. Your problem is not that you don't know what to do. That is nobody's problem. It's nobody with the amount of information that we have available to us is sitting around wondering what the they need to do. You all understand that. There is no secret. You know what to do to fix your body. You know what to do to fix your relationships. You know what to do to make more money. The problem is that you're not able to do it. Because for years and years and years, you have told yourself the same lie over and over and over again, which is this: I lack the skills. They have something that I don't have. They were born with these traits that I don't have. That person just has it and I don't have it. Success comes easier for them, none of which are true. The truth of the matter is this: you've made some misjudgments and miscalculations, or had the misfortune of being told the wrong information. And the correct information is all of these things that you admire about other people: their ability to stick to a plan, their ability to follow through, their ability to build and create and become. All of these things are within your ability as well, but it requires you intentionally developing those skill sets. See, I was like you guys for most of my life. For most of my life, I looked around at everybody else and I thought, why is it so easy for him? Why can he show up and do all of these things when I can't even get through a single week without cheating on my diet or falling off my program or going back to my old habits? Why can they do it and I can't? They must have been born with this thing. They must have been gifted with a gift that I didn't receive. And I lived a lot of my life that way. And it was frustrating and it made me bitter and it made me angry. But I met someone a number of years ago named James Lawrence. When I met him, he said something to me that made this click. The key to winning, the key to development, the key to progress is intentionally putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. Intentionally putting yourself in uncomfortable and difficult situations. Why would you do that? Why would you intentionally make things harder? Why would you intentionally make things more difficult? Because when you make things more difficult intentionally, you get the opportunity to gain the skill set that is produced from the endurance through the difficult times. I want you to realize that as you make all these plans, and as you make all these goals, and as you say you're going to do this and that, and all these amazing things, I want you to understand, number one, yes, you can do all those things. You can become all those things. Your potential is actually limitless. But number two, unless you develop the skill set of mental toughness, unless you develop the ability to adhere, unless you develop the skill of discipline, fortitude, grit, belief, perseverance, confidence. Because the reality is that our dreams, our desires, our goals, our purpose, our destiny is on the other side of the skill set of discipline. When we can identify that the actual problem that we all have is not that we don't know what to do, but we lack the ability to actually do it, I understand very clearly that the biggest thing that we are all missing in our pursuit of excellence, in the pursuit of our dreams, in the pursuit of our true destiny as human beings is the ability to adhere to the plans that we set out for ourselves. And like you, I spent a lot of my life bitter and frustrated and angry that I did not naturally have those skills. Some people do have those skills a little more naturally than others. But the reality is that all the people that you witness, all the people that you look at, all the people that you wish you were like, have the skill of mental toughness and discipline. They are able to execute when they don't feel like it. They are able to do the things they need to do when it is the last thing that they want to do. This is the magic you are missing. This is the skill you are missing. This is the power you are missing. And once you develop it, you become unstoppable. When you guys think about what it is that creates greatness, and when you think about all the things that you wish you could be and wish you were and wish you could become, you have to understand that that requires effort from you. That requires you doing things intentionally that are going to make you uncomfortable, that are going to help develop skills that you can then apply to any plan that you move forward. One of the things that you need to understand, this is the beginning, this is the boot camp, this is the skill development program, and you are to use these skills on a different plan. A lot of people think just doing this over and over and over again is going to somehow get you there. No, it won't. You are to take what you learn here and you are to apply it to a life plan that you are committed to, that you are dedicated to. It doesn't have to be the same path everybody walks. It doesn't have to be the same journey that everybody goes on. But no matter what you pick for your journey, no matter what you pick for your plan or your path for life, you are going to need to follow the plan. And your ability to follow that plan or not follow that plan will determine your outcome. So remember, no matter what your goals are, no matter what your outcome is that you desire, if you cannot adhere and follow a plan day in and day out, and continue on that path for much, much, much longer, past the time that it is easy and you have momentum, if you can't continue on that path past those times, you can't do anything in life, which is most people's problem. When you set out at the beginning of this year, make it your mission to sharpen those skills. Make it your mission to become more disciplined. Make it your mission to become more mentally hardened. Make it your mission to become someone who exemplifies what discipline actually is and what it looks like and what it can build and what it can become. Because the reality is the world is starving for examples of excellence. And it is our duty as individuals to be that example, to be that light for the people that are coming behind us. And I say us because whether we win or lose is going to come down to the collective winning or losing. This burden cannot be put on just certain people. This burden has to be carried by the collective. Personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. It is the way that we are going to fix what's going on in the world. It is the way that we are going to fix what's going on in our household, in our communities, in our cities, in our states, and in our country, and in the world. We must take that obligation and that duty seriously, and that starts with us. If you make one resolution this year, that you are going to solve the fundamental problem that has kept you in this place of dissatisfaction for so long. You are going to address the core issue. And the core issue is that you lack the ability to do things when you don't feel like doing them. I am committed to doing this work with you. Every single day for the first 75 days of this year, I will be doing the work with you. If you're tired, I'm tired. If you're working, I'm working. If you're struggling, I'm probably struggling. If you're suffering, I'm suffering. Where you are in life right now is not who you are, okay? Who you were has created the life that you're living right now, but who you are is a different version of yourself. You have felt pain. You have learned lessons. You have gone through things that previous self didn't know or hadn't experienced. And now you are equipped with a different perspective, with different skills, and a better understanding of what decisions need to be made to change the outcome that you are currently living in. You have to understand that if you look at it as if what you're experiencing right now, you are closing off the ability to make any changes. If you look around and your whole life is a shit show, you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, well, I'm just a piece of shit. That's not how it works. Actually, what happened was the person that you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, made some uneducated and probably instant gratification minded decisions that have created this outcome that you are unsatisfied with, and that is not who you are. So when you have the perspective, I'm not a piece of shit, I just made some bad decisions, that opens us up to make better decisions, which creates a better outcome. And this is the mystery of life. This is why many of you repeat the same cycles over and over and over and over again, because you look at the environment you are currently in and you say, well, I'm just not good enough, or I'm just not that kind of person, or you know what, I'm just a loser. You are not a loser, you are just losing. And you are losing because the person that you were before lacked the perspective or the understanding that the decisions that that person was making were going to create an outcome that was not desirable. Nothing is going to be changed by you sitting in front of the TV, eating more shit, being more of a loser than you already are. That's not going to fix the situation. That's going to produce more of what you don't want, and probably a more intense, harder version of what you don't want. So you really only have two choices here. You have the choice to accept your reality as who you are and live your life as that person from now until you die, which I'm pretty sure you don't want to do. It's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in 30 days. But if you make better decisions about your life now, 2, 3, 5 years from now, you're going to be a completely different person in a completely different environment. And when you become that person who is aware and skilled and understands that their actions create a reaction, and you're also living in the life that you want to live in, that's a powerful thing, because you can continue down that path of prosperity and winning, which is what you're ultimately after. And a lot of you guys say, well, I don't really care about winning. The f you don't. If you didn't care about winning, you wouldn't feel so shitty about where the f you are right now. You're not a loser. You've just made decisions that have created an environment that feels like it. Acknowledge that, take responsibility for that, start making better decisions right f***ing now, and before you know it, things will look better. You will feel better. You will have better friendships. You will have better relationships. You will have higher income. You will have a much better quality of existence. But you cannot do that if you identify your current living situation as your identity. It is simply not true. The decisions that you made back then produce this environment, and the decisions you make today will produce the environment later. And whether that environment turns out to be something that you want or more of the same of what you have right now has to do with you taking responsibility and understanding that life is inputs and outputs. It is math. It is 1 + 1 = motherfucking 2. And if you want a better outcome, you got to make better decisions. There is no blaming your life on anybody else. Contrary to what victim culture says, contrary to what's popular on the internet, contrary to what everybody cries about and blames everything on, it's just not true. You control most of the things that are going to make the difference in your life. You control what you eat. You control what you consume. You control what information you put in your brain. You control how much you move. You control who you associate with. You control what decisions you make. And all of those things create a much more real reality than anything else that you could blame on anybody else. So when you wonder why it is you are where you are, you have to take responsibility for that and say, it was me, so that you can now take responsibility for changing it. And a lot of you guys talk about freedom, but until you free yourself from the understanding that your current environment, the only way for you to be free is to take responsibility and say, man, you know what? This is my fault. I did create this. And you want to talk about what real freedom is? That's real freedom, because now you can make any decision you want to produce the outcome that you're seeking to have.